Well, once we were full and happy, we drove up M22 to another one of my favorite places in Michigan, the Village of Empire. Great name for a tiny town. It's a walkable little village with cute shops and a great personality. Oh, and one of the best family-friendly beaches you'll find anywhere. It's actually where my kids learn to swim. On one side, you've got the warm, shallow waters of South Bar Lake, and on the other side, the beautiful white sand beaches and incredible views of Lake Michigan. It's a classic vacation destination. Another thing a lot of people don't know is that Empire also has its own tunnel of trees. Just drive south out of town on Lake Street, and you come across an absolutely beautiful canopy-covered road. It's a short drive and well worth taking. Oh, and speaking of cool things you'll find in Empire, we're at Grocer's Daughter Chocolates. Now, I know it's a little hard to say, but if you're into chocolate, it's real easy to love. It's the funky green building that grabs your eyes, but when you come inside, it's the aromas that will melt your mind. And that's because DC Hayden and Jody Dotson are making incredible, handcrafted, all-natural chocolates. They love what they do, where they are, and they love sharing their chocolate with the world. I wanted to start this conversation off by talking about your chocolate, but I first have to ask you about the name of your place. It's Grocer's Daughter Chocolates.
Yep.
Hard to say, but easy to love.
Right.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, our founder, Mimi Wheeler, she is actually the grocer's daughter, and her parents owned in Denmark a grocery store, and they lived just above it, and she is the grocer's daughter.
Because you just recently bought the business from her.
That's correct.
Did you guys know anything about making chocolate, or do you just love chocolate?
We loved chocolate, and we've both known Mimi for many, many years, so I was always a fan of Grocer's Daughter Chocolate. So when Mimi wanted to retire and she started telling us she was looking for a young couple to take it over, it just made sense.
Now, your chocolates, you say, are artisan, handmade chocolates, but they're all natural.
Right. It has to do with what we add to the chocolate. So all chocolate starts off natural. And then in conventional chocolate, a lot of times they'll add palm oil or milk solids that aren't truly there's no dairy in it. And our chocolates, we add as little additives as possible. So very little sugar, very little dairy. And we only add things that complement the flavor of the chocolate. So we start with something from South America that's really nice. All of our chocolates from Venezuela, Colombia, or Ecuador. And then we'll add some herbs, some local whiskey, something fun that complements the chocolate. Yes, me too. I like the whiskey. Local love goes into your chocolate. Yeah. And speaking of love, you refer to your staff as family, and I can tell it's almost like you're all brothers and sisters in there. Why is that? I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I feel like if we do one thing well here, it's to provide livable wage jobs and build a kind of a model for other businesses to show that you can live, comfortably and pay people well. And I think people are happy here. I mean, they run this little shop. We're supporting them. They know what they're doing, and so it's our job just to support them and give them a good wage. Speaking of being happy, what makes you happy about this place where you live and you work?
It's an absolutely beautiful place, and a lot of people look to have, to mix the employment, finding a job with such a beautiful area, and we're so fortunate to be able to be here and provide a really wonderful chocolate product and also get to live in such a beautiful area.
Well, you get to live where other people want to go to vacation. That's right. What I always like to say. You live in paradise. This is beautiful here. And the fact that you're employing people, doing something you love, and making something I love, which is chocolate, is a total bonus. And it's our community, too. Our community cares about where their food comes from. So I really love that. I love that Mimi, our founder, built this business as a community center. And so we have this legacy of providing really great chocolate to a community that loves it. And so it's a sweet thing. We want to keep doing that. Sweet thing, pun intended, right? So if you're looking for a classic little Michigan town where you can kick back, enjoy the views, feel the love, and taste some incredible chocolates, roll into Empire, roll out your beach towel, and stop by Grocer's Daughter Chocolates. It's proof positive that the Leelanau Peninsula is a sweet place to be.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority.